So we're going to open this up. This is the yellow one. This is the heavy end of the box, so I think it comes out from the end. So, whew. All right. Okay. So apparently this had been returned, and J-Man said it looked okay to him. Looks okay to me. There is a slight amount of wear on this black pick guard. It's a single ply black pick guard. J-Man just put out today information that, you know, a fender pick guard fits on this, and a few people have changed them. This is the classic black on blonde, and not sure that means a lot to me. You know, I like to be a little bit elaborate in my color schemes, but this looks pretty nice. Whoever returned this didn't really want the guitar, or they weren't a guitar player, or they didn't want to learn to play guitar or something, because I mean, you know, these have actual blade switches in them. They have, you know, like full-size Korean pots, compensated Wilkinson bridge on this thing. If you like the three style, this is the first time I'm going to have one like this. I'm going to test for intonation. My preference, of course, is to have 6 saddles. But wow, this looks pretty nice. The action is pretty close to what I like. It just needs to go down a tiny little bit. And I see that the saddles are available to go down. The translucency of the yellow is quite nice. You can see some of the wood grain in there, like that. Yeah. I can't see anything visually wrong. Apparently Jason took this out and played it, and everything works. So whoever sent this back, thank you very much. Your return was my good fortune to be able to get this at, you know, similar deal that I gave him on my Lux Pro, although this is a much higher quality guitar from the outset, without any mods on it. I am going to take that to my technical bench and do some tuning. Check it out, set up my action the way I like, and I'll give it a little sound check on my side. All right, we're at bench 1. I've done some adjustments and checks. Okay, so I've got the action down to where I like it, which is like 4/64ths on the bass side and 3 to 3.5 on the treble side. And in doing so, the saddles had to come down almost to the base plate, and the screws, you know, set screws are up kind of high. That tells me pretty much right away that the neck needs a tiny shim here in the heel to give it a slant back, so that this can come up and shoot down and get the action you want, but without the saddles being on the base plate. I just had to give the truss rod a tiny little touch up. It was a little bit too loose for me. It's got relief now, a little over 18 thou. The nut on this is cut immaculately well. I can't tell if it's plastic, but I suspect it's not. it's probably a kind of a new bone tusk or something of that nature, like the Fusion was. And the other thing I noticed is that it's not in a slot. It sits right on the back of the fretboard like they do on Les Pauls. There's no slot that it sits in for additional support. It just kind of is glued at the end of the fretboard, and there's really not much fretboard in front of the nut. And over the first fret, it's cut perfect at 18th thou and 16th thou over the treble side. It's just unbelievable out of the box. So these still have the factory strings on it. I am getting some buzzing because of the frets, I believe, now that it's down to that action. Let's plug this thing in and turn it on. Now I'm right in front of my amp. I'm only like 6 feet away from it, so it's coming straight at the camera right now. Woo! Get some light over here. And this is the bridge. Everything is full up. I think they have a big flat washer underneath the top of these knobs. Yeah, they do. They have a flat washer underneath on top of that. That's a big one. Usually they're a little bit smaller that kind of match the nut. But they put an extra large one that is almost the diameter of the knob. Alright, we're just going to turn that up because we don't really care about it. Anyway, we'll test it. Neck. The neck is lower than spec. It's already warm. Let's see about volume. Let's try bringing it up just a tad and see what happens there. Jason thought it was bright. It's better than most lipstick style with the covers on it. I noticed that the pickups that they're using, we don't know what they are. They have flat tops on the two outers and round tops on the two inners on both pickups. So this is the middle. Minimal difference. Let's check the tone. Minimal difference between the middle and the neck position. This A500 does almost nothing until it gets right to the last eighth of a turn. and then it's quite boomy. It's likely a 47. At best a 33, but likely a 47. Yeah, I don't like it when, you know, it just kind of like you turn it and then nothing happens until the last tiny little bit. Yeah, not my preference. If it was going to be a functional tone, it would need to be, you know, a little bit more linear for me. But the neck is really nice. Let's stop that from making noise. That nut, I mean, first guitar I get with a nut that's cut absolutely perfect and is very nice looking. It looks like a really nice polished bone, actually. The slots are very nicely done as far as I can tell. Strings are just sitting on them. They're not deep. There's no way for them to be stuck in any way. Very smooth. Very, very nice. The neck is really good. Now, down here I noticed also that, you know, Telecasters usually have the big chunk here. Well, they've given some relief here where they've thinned it out so that when you get around up here, it's not round, you know, like some other guitars that do this, but at least there's some relief there where they've taken off a chunk of this wood, and you get a little bit more finger area around the front of the guitar. So that's a nice touch. The finish is really nice. Buffing and waxing and polishing and stuff. What do you think of a Musi Nashville? Food for thought. Yeah, I'm going to have to check the frets. Now that I've got it into playing position, let's just see if any of these ones up here are problematic for me. A tad there, but I mean, so minuscule. Oh, that one's a good one. Right across. So that one's a high one there. It could be causing most of the buzzing. Well, and there. What about down here? I don't think I'm going to find many. Overall, pretty good. The neck is not absolutely straight. There's a tiny bit of relief. But if you can find high ones when it's not absolutely straight, they'll get a little bit higher when you straighten it up just a little bit more. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching the first segment of the Musi Telecaster. Appreciate all your support and catch you in the next one.